Yo, what's up everybody? It's Stefan here from Mod to Fame, and we are back with another video, man. We are still in Houston, Texas, and right now we are heading to the racetrack for TX2K. Come along, let's jump into it. Let's go.
I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas. 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. 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 I'm in my element, flow is like water, I'm forced through the fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God and you grinding, you.
Yo, real talk, did you know that Texas was a city? Not Texas, sorry. Real talk, did you know that Houston, Texas is a city? Right now we in Midtown, we heading out from here, heading to the racetrack, man. We stopped here last night, got some food, had an amazing time. It's just such a vibe that I always enjoy when I come to Houston. Today is roll racing. It is the roll race. It starts the roll racing, I believe, qualifying. They might even start eliminations. I'm not sure if that's gonna be today or if they're gonna do it all tomorrow, but they're definitely roll racing today. So we're gonna try to get some good content. We're gonna pick some of the best cars that we think are here at TX2K and show those to you now. So meet us at the track. Come on, it's a quick little ride. For y'all, it's gonna be a few seconds. For us, it's gonna be about 50 minutes. We see y'all over there. What's up, my brother? What's your name, man?
Ty.
Ty.
From San Antonio.
So what do we have here today, Ty?
So this is my 2002 C5 I've owned it for about 16 years now. Started out as bolt-ons, and you know how it goes. Now we have a 5.3 aluminum with the 8891 precision turbo on it. Has a TH400 built by FTI down in South Florida. Makes about 1200 to the wheels through the auto. Everything in the rear is all C6, C606 differential, C606 cradle, solid drive shaft, 3.5 aluminum, no couplers, and still has AC, cruise control, power steering, everything works. So still a full street car.
I know for a long time. How long have you been coming to this event?
Almost 20 years.
Usually, this is the first time I've seen this car with this particular setup. What do you used to run?
So since 2013, when all the big videos surfaced on the racing channel in 1320, this car came out with a LS3 that was forged, a 418 cubic inch LS3 at that time. And it did have the turbo in 2013, but it was a stick. It had a T56 in it. And I broke 5 T56s, and a lot of people will say, well, why would you do that? Well, at the time, there weren't any billet gear sets available. Now, G-Force makes a billet gear set. Grub Worm, a lot of guys out here are running Cletus, running those similar setups. However, it's a lot of coin. It's a lot of coin, and if y'all watch those videos, you can see that even if you have the baddest of the bad, it's a lot of work on, it's a lot of load, and it's very hard on 6-speed parts to do this kind of event. In 2017, came out here. That's the year that I won the event in 2017 with the stick.
So this car has won here at TX2K?
Yes, beat GTRs, beat a Gallardo, beat, you know, a lot of big dog cars.
So what did that feel like for you, man, taking a C5 Corvette, which a lot of people, they perceive it to be, you know, not in the class of these cars.
Definitely.
What was that like for you, man, to win the event?
It was special, you know, and what made it more special is that it was on a stick, a synchronized stick.
And you weren't running against other sticks, you were running against everything.
All autos. Everything I was racing was auto. And so that was a big moment, you know. I think at that time it put the car back on the map because it made a big debut on the streets in 14, did really well in 14 on the streets back then. But I've been coming every year, and that year that I won in 17 was special. It was special. You know, you can't miss a shift. You got to be brake boosting, everything's got to be perfect. Your boost targets, everything's got to be perfect. And to do it on the stick was special. And I would have loved to leave it that way.
What did you go? What speed did you go in
185.
Wow.
185, over and over.
So do you think the Turbo 400 is going to slow you down, or you think you're going to pick up speed?
This will be my first pass with it. I'm still hoping to get to the same speeds with the eliminations when I turn the boost up a little bit more. But right now my goal is about 180 just to qualify.
Okay. And now that you have a Turbo 400, are you going to be running digs with the car?
Yeah, so I actually brought it out here to what we have a private track rental called the Quick 30 that's put on by Texas Speed Syndicate. I think I have that on right now. And the way the car sits, I have rear Z06 18x10s in the front right now with C6 Z06 brakes, so very street trim. I have my full exhaust on it, all the way out the back. It ran at 840 at 165.
The car's been 840.
At 165.
Sheesh, my man.
The way it sits, like,
and that's
with the
just
full exhaust.
And you equate that all to what? Just the transmission change?
Transmission change, that's it, man. Converter had to be right. Transmission had to get right. I geared it right, and everything just worked out perfect. So it's been a great setup.
Well, we'll be watching you, man. We're gonna watch you do some passes. We'll come back to you and see what your feeling is after the first pass. And hopefully we go some rounds, man. I would love to see this car go.
Man.
I'm going to say it publicly on my channel right now. This car is absolutely my motivation for my C5 build. There's no one else that I really see that built a street car the way you built a street car that is proven, won events, and consistently runs numbers year after year. People will not give you your flowers. Brother, those are your flowers.
Let me plug my channel real quick.
Go ahead, do your thing.
My Instagram is the Bully C506. I want to shout out to George. He's the tuner down in San Antonio, George Ramos. You can meet him at JTune on Instagram. He's been tuning this car for years and years and years. And man, it's money. By the way, it's on a stock computer.
Whoa, mic drop.
Sport class.
All right, Todd, so you had your first run, man. How did it go?
First pass, it did well, went 175. That was our first pass off the trailer. We need to add a little bit of boost to it and try to knock on that 180, 182
Is that what
range.
you were kind of expecting to land on your first pass, though?
Yeah.
So it's performing exactly how you want it.
So far, so good. Want to get it to around 180 miles an hour or so. That way, it'll get me kind of in the middle of one of the brackets.
Just real quick, how does the brackets work? So I guess the top guy faces the bottom guy?
Yes.
So you don't want to be the top guy or the bottom guy?
I want to be the top guy. I just don't know if I have enough this year to be the top guy in that bracket. These cars are fast. I think there's 9 cars going 200 plus. Then after that, there's another 15 cars going 190 plus. So it's a very competitive
So what bracket
year.
would you be in, or you're shooting for?
I am shooting for, I think it's called the Super Sport, which is not the bottom bracket, but the next one up.
Okay.
Usually the fastest guys are around 185, 188. I want to be as close as possible to the fastest guy in that bracket.
Well, we're here with you, man. We rocking out with you for the day, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, guys, so I'm here with my guy, bro, Sean, man. I just ran into this white, beautiful C6 Z06. Looks like balloon white, pearl white. It is amazing. Sean, man, tell us about your car, man.
It's been a long road, I'll tell you that, for starters. But that's a
Whenever you make big power, it's always a long road.
It's a 2006 Z06.
Uh-huh.
John at DB Rods built the motor. It's a 427 cubic inch LSX. It's got Brody heads on it, mast intake. And it's got a built 6060 in it. Drive shaft, drive shaft axles.
Who built the 6060?
Rick Kim at RKT Performance.
What internals, G-force or?
No, I ain't balling like that. But it still has synchros. It's not face plated.
Okay, got
It
it.
does have the gear squirters though.
Okay, you got the TIC Performance.
TIC Performance.
For the billet front plate with the squirter.
No, I don't have a billet front plate. We
installed it.
We took the trans apart.
Let me shut up and let you tell me about your car instead of trying to tug on it.
A buddy of mine who has been with me through thick and thin, Josh Brooks at the pad in Oklahoma City. He's done a lot of fab work. He did the hood, so he helped take the trans apart, and we got all the stuff from TIC Performance, and we installed the gear squirters on the transmission.
Okay.
It's still a factory diff. Got trans cooler, and then it's a rear-mounted Pro Mod 94, Gen 2 Pro Mod 94. So it's kind of different. It goes 2-inch Cook's headers, and it's 3-inch all the way back, and it Ys right before it goes at the gas tanks over the axle. Turbo just clocks back up into the back. It's got an air-to-water intercooler. We actually, Josh, with his trick stuff, he used the actual passenger side frame rail as the boost pipe all the way back up to the front. And,
got it.
It just comes back out.
So what was it able to make finally? First of all, how many years have you been working on this thing?
I've had it since 2010. So.
And when did you start your build to go this crazy?
Man, around 16 is when I started getting crazy with it, and I went to a different shop, and this is the third motor it's had in the last 5 years. So I haven't had really good luck, but this time the motor's solid. Same guy that built Ty's motor. So it was able to made 1457 on 24 pounds. So
1450?
1450, yep.
And what does this thing weigh?
It probably weighs 3,400 pounds.
And it's still a stick car.
Still a stick car. It's got Pro EFI on it, tuned by George Ramos in San Antonio.
So what is your goal for today in the roll race? What do you hope to reach today, mile an hour wise?
Man, just anything above 180. And then as far as the roll race goes, man, since I'm just out here to go rounds and have fun with the car and enjoy myself.
And it's your first time out here with this car?
Second. I came last year, but the car spun a bearing after the first qualifying pass.
The goal is today, complete passes. And run the event.
Yeah, make passes, go rounds, and tomorrow go rounds, and man, just have a good time with my wife and hang
Sean,
out.
we'll be watching you, man.
Thank you, man.
Got to ask one last thing. Yep. Where do we find you, man? How do we find out more about this car?
I don't have any social media, man. I kind of live off the grid. So.
No Instagram, nothing?
No Instagram, no social media, nothing, man. I live off the grid, man. You know, people know how to get a hold of me. They have my.
So look, if you see in this video, that's the only time you're gonna see this car in action.
That might be it. Unless you come to Oklahoma City.
And then you'll drag them?
I mean, I don't know about all that, but I'll give it a shot.
I like this guy. He plays it safe. Sean, my man. There's always somebody faster, right?
Oh, yeah, you don't get in that game. But I mean, you know, the big cars, the sequentials, the DCTs, billet blocks, they all break too.
All these cars break. When you start to go above 1,000 wheel, you're gonna run into problems.
All day long.
It's gonna happen.
I'll play that. Everybody goes through that in their head. You're like, man, I should have, head cam car should have just left it alone. With
man, 2 weeks ago, I was ready to put my car back to stock and, just have a 800 wheel upper pulley car. I have a Hellcat.
Oh, okay.
So I was gonna make it back, but nah.
I mean,
I'm gonna stick with it.
But when they
and now what it is I've been through 5 transmissions like Ty. It's a stick car.
It's rare.
It's very rare.
Very rare.
But with that weight, it tears the transmissions apart. But now I teamed up with G-Force. They built me a crazy trans, and they swear that this one is gonna work. So
you got the weight and the sheer torque that car makes.
Yes, it makes whatever it makes in power, it makes in torque. On camera on dyno, I showed. You know you don't always show what you can really do. I showed 1,200 wheel and 1,200 torque. It made 1,214 horsepower, and then it made 1,196 torque. So that's the problem with those cars. They make the same, and then stick shift car with that much torque.
It hits hard.
It hits hard. It makes like 800 wheel torque at 3,500 RPMs.
Already?
It tears everything apart.
Will it be faceplated now?
It is. It's going to be faceplated. They put their billet goods in it. They
It's got the 1 through 4 squirters. We'll have the gear squirters on it?
Yep.
Okay,
They got the gear squirters, billet front plate. They did everything. Like you said, it costs money. So
No, it all
it is
costs
what it
money.
is. But I'm in a process of starting my build on one of these. I have a C5 Corvette as well. He is my
Hey,
motivation
dude,
because it's light.
It's the OG right there.
It's the
man.
OG.
Dude,
It's the OG.
I tell everybody, like,
You
if
can't
you
beat
had to pick a car in the nation that is the most street raced and probably the fastest, I mean, I know the word reliable isn't really reliable, but
reliable
man,
for big power.
It's
Yes.
nice
a
car.
C5.
It's nice
But
car.
that's a secret. You letting out the secret, but it's all good.
Don't tell them too much.
I'll see you out there.
All right, man. Thank you.
So you see those red lights, that's gonna be close.
All right, Sean, so you had your first run, your first time this year. What happened?
First pass, it trapped high 160s on wastegate, and then my second pass out, it trapped 175 with me missing third. Probably the hardest I've ever missed.
So what happened during qualifying just now?
Just now, I got on the brake boost and the car pushed me left, so I just let off of it. So
Yeah, that's what everybody saw.
instead of brake boosting, now I'm just gonna go rolling anti-lag and see if it'll stay straight and plan it. I'm gonna see if I can give it a go.
All right, well, we'll catch it.
All right, man. Thank
We'll
you.
see you on the next one.
Top end, he did 178.35.
178 for Sean. 178 for Sean. Go ahead, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Bro, what is going on?
So we had one round of qualifying yesterday, and prior to that, I had a transmission line leaking, and so I spent the time where round one of qualifying was going on. I spent that time fixing my trans line. Got it fixed in an hour and a half. They closed the lanes for round one qualifying and opened round two up. Got in the lanes for round two, started drizzling. We got rained out. They shut down qualifying for the day. Coming today, the 16 to 18 cars that were in the lanes getting rained on, I was one of them. We were to get one qualifying pass today. Just one. Only the people that were getting rained on for round two qualifying got one pass today. We were supposed to start that at 9 a.m. It is 2 p.m. So we've been sitting up there for hours to make one pass to basically make that our glory run for qualifying. I had a charge pipe come off, very simple fix. However, you only got one pass.
So
I only-
on that pass, your charge pipe came off.
Yeah, popped off immediately. Not a big deal, just a coupler came off, got it fixed, but we only get one pass. So I was hoping
That's your 175.
my 175 would get me in the event. However, they just did the roll call, and it sounds like 181 was the slowest car
Out of 56 cars.
out of 56. And there's over 200 that signed up. The slowest car is 181. And to put in perspective, 181 is about a 13 to 1400 horsepower GTR, RA, Lamborghini, somewhere in that range. You gotta make about 1300 to be one of the slowest going 180. I think this car can go 180 to 185, but you get one run, and my charge pipe came off, and that's
So
it.
the rain really killed things
The rain
yesterday.
killed it. Usually, traditionally at this event, you get 3 full rounds of qualifying, 3 rounds.
Right.
Each round usually lasts an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so you can hot lap it, make as many trips in the qualifier as you want.
But the rain killed it.
But when it rains, he's trying to keep the honesty, the integrity of the event still alive for the drag racers that have been here waiting days. Today was supposed to be drag racing qualifying. That's been scrapped. They get no test and tune or anything, so they basically have to just go straight up and qualify. So everyone's been affected by it, but it's unfortunate that, the bug bit me, but it happens.
Next year, brother.
Always next time.
Jeez. Yo, Sean, explain what just happened, bro, please.
Man, I guess we didn't get into the show.
Tell them why. What happened? I mean, you went 178 miles an hour.
Yeah. So yesterday when it started raining, we waited around for a little bit and we didn't realize it was going to rain all night. So it did, and there were some cars in the lanes that left. Some still sat there, and they told everybody that the cars that were sitting in the lanes could come back this morning at 9 o'clock and get a qualifying pass in. I think I got 2 qualifying passes in, still needed another, but I couldn't get another pass in because I wasn't in the line yesterday waiting because of the rain. So I think they wrote some numbers down on the cars and took those cars' numbers, and those were the cars that could, once they finally got the track dry today, those are the cars that could go make that only qualifying pass. So they just got done with that.
So basically what you're saying is the lowest class is a sport class.
Yeah, and the slowest qualifying speed for the sport class was 181.
181 mile an hour for the slowest class.
I was on setting 3, and I probably should have went up another setting. But hey, man, cars get faster every year.
This is ridiculous, but that's ridiculous.
I mean, that shows you how fast cars are getting. I mean, last year they said
there are 53 cars. 56 cars
that went 181 or faster.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, man. I know
next year, right?
It's always next year. I know I could have, should have, would have, but I'm gonna have a good time and I'm gonna watch this.
You based in Texas, right?
I'm out of Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
So I'm gonna sit down with my wife and
enjoy
have a few drinks and have a good time.
There you go. We going out tonight though.
See you, man.
Yo guys, I cannot explain to you the disappointment that these guys must feel coming from so far away. Not even these guys coming from so far away. I think Ty is like 5 hours. He's probably like 6 hours. But just the preparation, the time, and these are very fast cars, bro. 178 mile an hour and qualifying it. That car is a 180 something car. But he didn't get enough passes to turn it up enough. And Ty did 175 because he only got 1 pass. Really sucks, bro. That like sucks. That blows, man. Because these are really, really fast cars. Man, that just goes to show you what an open checkbook does against an enthusiast. Jeez.